brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped there by Cedric Johnson. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. He completes it in traffic. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
On 3rd down, it's Young. He puts some juice on it deep. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off. And the Bengals force the turnover on the first series of this game. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackle made by J.C. Horn.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
I could promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Burrow from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Here we go.
This is the first carry for the rookie from Florida. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Catch made by Chase Brown. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap. At the exact spot that he fielded that punt. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Counter play, Hubbard. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Young working from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that brings up 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Mark that one down as a 35-yard punt in the end. And it'll be Bengals football. First down, Burrow to throw. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, here's Burrow. Completed over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
We're all set to bring you the second quarter. The Bengals well within striking distance. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's incomplete left side. Trying to find his tight end. And now they face 2nd and long. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition. Play in a phone booth yet. Have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I just hear the sound. Not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was 3rd and extra long, and now it's 4th and forever.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. This is Hubbard running left. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. Now to be caught by Adam Thielen. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Out of the gun, Young. Finds the in route, complete. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from the 41. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 38. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
3rd and long, Young. He sends this one to the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's Brown again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. And it's the Bengals looking at first and 10. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. If they're in short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 40 on second down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders, our offensive guys, are bad.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off. And the Bengals get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Completes this one to Chase. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
On one, ready?
He brings the offense up now for a first and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. From the red zone now. He's got it on the slant. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Here we go.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now the Panthers decide to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Quick pass, right side, complete. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Going after up and good by McPherson. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. First and 10 from the 41. Young looking to throw. On the move, headed right. On the move, looking deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Panthers tie this game 7-7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Who knows when the deciding moment will come. We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now, after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Finds his back complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. And that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
On third down, here's Burrow. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw and he swatted it away with ease.
And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Panthers football. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Trying to get outside with Hubbard. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A 1st and 5 to begin this drive following the penalty. Shotgun snap now to Young. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the 48. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him 9 on that play. First.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped there by Cedric Johnson. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And this run doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run, ETN. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. One more time with ETN. And a nice effort there to fight forward for a decent gain. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's 3rd and less than a yard.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
He keeps it himself. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Panthers grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a Bryce Young touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. That one right down the middle. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
That's complete to Gesicki outright. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Davion Clowney on that stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third and short, it's Burrow. That's caught for the first. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. And that's good for a gain of 5. That stop made by Derek Brown. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Burrow out of the shotgun. Finds Chase on the slant. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
That's him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On first down, here's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Finds his man, Chase. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
To throw again, it's Burrow. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And the Panthers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Thought he had a touchdown there. So second down coming up. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he's able to get this down to the edge of the red zone. 6 yards, the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Young working from the gun. That pass complete to McMillan. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for it. Hubbard. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
They're now set for 1st and 10. They'll try it left with Etienne. And he turns a little room to work into a gain down to the 9. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, not for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He's back to throw. Ooh, he put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And 4th and 4 coming up. A big moment coming up for Eddie Pinheiro on this attempt. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. Maher connects there. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Complete out to the right. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Bengals down by 10. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They've got a man in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on